When Circa Marine decided they wanted to build their own long-range, super-efficient Passagemaker, they teamed up with fellow Kiwis Craig Loomes and Andrew Moltschaniwsky of LOMOcean Design in Auckland. Hi, I'm Barry Thompson from Pacific Powerboat magazine, and today we are aboard this very unique, purpose-built Mollymawk. This is the first boat to be launched from the new Circa Passagemaker series. Mollymawk is a Circa 24, the first one to be built, a fully New Zealand designed and built vessel that will provide safe, efficient ocean passage making with comfort and ease of operation. Mollymawk is designed around the needs of a cruising couple who will at times have another couple on board, so there's only been the need for 2 cabins, each with generous ensuite bathrooms and plenty of space. The thing is, you can have any layout you like, from 2 to 4. It's a very unique vessel that combines practicality and simplicity, yet offers all the comforts of an apartment on the water. Mollymawk was designed in response to a brief defined by Circa Marine for a robust, safe, long-range passage maker without excessive complexity, just keeping things simple. So Mollymawk is very bespoke. If you're going to spend a lot of time at sea, then you can afford to be a bit particular as how do you want your vessel configured and appointed. Once finalised, the interiors are designed and built to the highest standard using a variety of veneers, natural timbers or painted finishes. Mollymawk is in fact typical of a lot of previous passage makers that Circa have built, and that is unpainted, a trend that is quite common now amongst the serious globe-trotting passage-making aficionados running alloy hulls. Not painting the hull means you save weight, cost and cuts back on future maintenance. A true passage maker needs to have not only the right hull form to handle any sea state, it also needs range. Now Mollymawk has that in spades. Powered by twin Scania DI09s with a continuous rating of 250 horsepower, you can run them flat out all day through ZF W320 transmissions. Mollymawk has recorded a maximum speed of just over 13.5 knots, although during initial sea trials it was recorded surfing in the following seas in excess of 17 knots. The boat retains a steady 11.1 knots in rough seas and has a 4,386 nautical mile range. Now that's a return trip to Australia from Auckland with 10% fuel reserve. Now if you drop that back a smidge to say 9 knots, the range increases to more than 6,000 nautical miles. And if you really want to meander along, go slow at 6.5 knots, then you can expect that more than 10,000 nautical miles. For long range passage making, that's what Circa 24 is all about. The Circa 24 also has exceptionally good fuel burn figures for this type of slender, light displacement passage maker, and it's much better than traditional trawler style passage makers. I'm here with Craig Loomes from LOMOcean Marine, the designers, naval architects behind Mollymawk. Now tell me, Craig, this is a very unique hull. Tell me a bit about the concept of the hull shape itself.
We aimed the hull to be very efficient, comfortable and swift. So long ocean passages can be made at a constant 11 knots and the ability to surf in big seas downwind up to 20 plus knots. Because
we're used to long range passage makers being heavy, high displacement, sort of 8 knots. Is that trend changing?
Yes, definitely. People want to get places faster. They also want to conserve fuel, not burn excessive amounts, and this is what this boat's targeted at. Long range, comfortable cruising economically.
Now you have got a very good efficiency range. I've seen the figures. You're pretty happy with those. Are they better than you've achieved before? Is there something to do with the design shape or just advancements? Right.
Well, every boat we do, we try and step it up and improve. With this one, we had a standard that we wanted to meet. We are happy to say that we've exceeded that standard and exceeded our expectations a little bit in the calculations.
Also looking through the boat from other long-range passage makers that I've seen, is simplicity. While you've got redundant systems and it's very, very safe, have you kept the technical aspects down a little bit, or
well, we really need to credit Circa for the technical systems. They've done very robust systems, but with a few levels of redundancy. So the systems are solid, sound, but should one of those systems fall down, they do have backups that are easily implemented.
Okay, so this is a boat you can take anywhere. You could from North Pole to South Pole.
Absolutely, it's not ice class, but certainly some of the owners, the boat number 2 plans to go to the ice regions in Antarctica, circle the whole Pacific. This owner of Mollymawk also plans to do some pretty extensive things, like because we do have such long range.
Okay, now this is the first of the new Circa series you've designed for them. Are we going to be seeing more coming up, smaller, larger?
Yes. Well, we've done concepts for smaller and larger, down to 20 metres at this stage and up to 35, with embracing the same concept: long range, efficiency, comfort. So they're coming along. Boat 2 is under construction right now. Boat 2 is sort of using the same template as Mollymawk. However, the owner and Circa have been happy to modify and customise to a certain extent, whilst maintaining the main thrust of the design.
That is the ability of Circa to customise, which is not possible in a lot of the other well-known brands.
Absolutely. That's something that does. It's a standout that you can essentially say, here's a template, and can we modify or even start from scratch if necessary.
The cockpit, huge like the rest of the boat, full overhang, so a lot of protection. You put clears around the outside. You've got a forward lounger in the centre, an island with a ceramic cook surface, hot and cold water, and a breakfast bar on the other side. We've got another table there with some chairs. In the centre is a hauling winch and storage all the way around the outside. Overhead we've got the tender storage, which is on a big davit crane, so you can launch 1 or 2 boats over the back of a big wide boarding platform, which includes floor mounted storage areas, wet gear, and also a stern anchor, which is ideal in a boat if you're going to anchor at a river and you don't want to swing around. The flybridge is going to be a real main centre on this boat. We've got a major helm station here, repeat of the Simrad 24-inch screen, and all the necessary controls, and again a lot more besides up here. Offset with a nice L-shaped settee aft with a drop-down table, little fridge freezer on the side here, and then if you walk through to the aft upper deck, the window opens so you get a nice big flow-through ventilation, and a big area out here for lounging. Mollymawk is one very impressive vessel. Circa Marine have plans to continue developing new models for their long-range Passagemaker series, which they say will extend from about 20 to 40 metres. But if you come and want a 50-metre version, I'm sure they'll extend their shed to make room for it. Plus, there's also a 20-metre non-flybridge version available. So Circa are really covering all their bases as far as developing their series into a world-class, world-leading long-range Passagemaker.